will have the vesting requirement. Okay? All right? So you put in 5%, you get 4% match plus 1% automatic. If you put 0 contribution, if you don't contribute money to the TSP, what is the free money percentage that you get? Huh? 1%. You have a question?
Yeah, so you said agency contribution, so the federal government is made up of lots of agencies. So the agency contribution, government's made up of lots of agencies. The vesting requirement is 3 years. If you, like, I was with Park Service and now I'm with the USDA, do I lose the?
No, you don't. So it
the
government
will
continue. Because we all have the service computation date, right? It will start from that date. Like, for example, now I'm not an HR specialist, right? We have OPM speaker in the afternoon that you can ask, or maybe that's part of the curriculum, how to compute the service computation date. Then that is the day one. If you have 3 years, then you're good. It doesn't matter whether you go to another agency or not. But people working on the Hill, they only have 2 years of vesting requirement. Question?
I'm no OPM person, but I would prefer benefits.
Okay.
But I do highly recommend if they're going to contribute the pay period in December, that they contribute, they put into, well, we have EBIS for the Department of Army, so I don't know what the other agencies have, that they go in and put in $635,000 if they're not planning to retire that next year. So that way they can get the agency contributions matching the whole year through. And then if they plan on giving the additional $6,000, that's, I think it's $235 they have to give the whole year. If they want to give the catch-up, they don't have to. But they have to elect the catch-up every year. And I highly recommend them doing that in December, so it comes out the very first paycheck in January.
Okay, that would be the slide we can talk about that. So are we good with this slide? Any question about this? Then we move on to tax contribution. Okay.
I think that's maybe a back question. You had indicated that you have to, your matching comes out pay period by pay period.
Yes.
So, but if I max out my matching before the end of the year, what's the matching attached to? So wouldn't I get my 4% or whatever I put in, and I put in more?
The maximum is 4% match of your basic pay. Right. So you may be putting in more percentage, but you only get matching on that 5% contribution. Per pay period. Per pay period. All right. Okay. So we already talked about that. Now, this is the example to remind you that it is very important to do a better plan. I have 2 better employees here, Ed and Susan. They have pretty good money. They have $3,000 per paycheck, and they want to max out. So this is what they do. Ed, he wants to front load. So he put in 30%. That equals to $900. Susan, she wants to do only $693. So this is the situation. From paycheck number 1 to paycheck 20, Ed put in $900 per pay check, per pay period. So he gets $120. That is the maximum agency match that we can get. All right. He is actually putting in more because it's putting 30%, but that is the match. Susan, she only put in $693, and that already met the requirement for the 5%. It's more than 5%. So she gets the same match. So what happened is, after 20 paychecks, Ed already maxed out. Right? He already maxed out. So the agency free money he gets $2,400. Susan, at that point, she only put in $13,860, but she gets the same match because all you need is 5% to get the full match, right? So what's happening to Ed in Hamilton? Can he put any more money into the TSP? No, he cannot. So he will be crying for the next 6 pay period, right? Susan, because she has not maxed out, she is able to put in money for the rest of the year, and she is getting $720 more, right? So if you look at that, then you will see, oh, that's the difference. Now, 700 for 1 year, 10 years, 7,000 plus all the compound, right? You know that there's a lot of money. All right. So let's talk about catch up. Now, catch up contributions. During the year when you turn 50, you can start catch up. If your birthday is December, you do not have to wait until your birthday. As long as you hit the year that you're going to turn 50, you can start the catch-up contribution. A couple of things about catch-up. Number one, catch-up contribution is the additional amount to your regular contribution. So if you want to max out both, you actually have 18,000 on the regular side, and you have 6,000 on catch-up. So you have 24,000 total for the year. But make sure that you separate that, all right? So it's dollar amount only, and it requires a separate election. Catch-up contribution does not have matching. So if you are not planning to max out your regular contribution, what's the point of doing catch-up? It will only mess up your calculation, right? Make it simple. Catch-up contribution is for those who already plan that they want to put in more money on top of 15,000 and they are old. I'm not saying that 50 is old. Otherwise, I would be too old. I'm way above 50 already. So it's just that for those of Jubilee, after, when you hit Jubilee birthday that year, then that is where you can start. All right. It's Jubilee 50, right? Okay, so no agency matching. This is the key. Maximum contribution 6,000. And when you fill out the form, you will see that must self-certify intent to make regular contribution up to the elective deferral limit. Now this is, a lot of words in here. Elective deferral means annual limit, right? Annual limit, all right? And also, why there is a reminder, it's not a police job. We are not telling you that you cannot start catch up until you make full contributions, because this is quite typical for people, right? So this is just a reminder, as I said before, if you don't intend to max out your regular contribution, then why start catch-up contribution, right? So when can you start catch-up contribution? Beginning of the year. So your birthday in December, you can start in January. All right. So uniform service rules. Now we can't skip that because we have 3 actions. So let's go through that, right? Now, taxable pay, your limit is the same, 18,000. And then you see that for O2G, that is the tax code, right? So catch-up is the same, everything is the same. But if you go for deployment, you earn tax-exempt pay. The tax-exempt, when you go to it's called a tax exclusion pay, combat zone tax exclusion pay. That means the pay that you get is tax-free. So if you're earning that money, your annual limit will go up to 54,000. All right. Now, usually for reservists, you have a federal job as a civilian, and then you are military on the side, so you have 2 accounts. So that 54,000 will actually include your contributions in both accounts and also agency matching from your service or from your agency. Now, it depends on whether you do opt into the blended retirement or not. If you opt into the blended retirement, then you will have service matching. Right now, in the legacy retirement system, there is no matching for the military. All right? But you have to do at least 1% of your basic pay before you can put in your percentage of your bonus, special pay, incentive pay, stuff like that. All right? So we talk about that. So starting from January 1st, 2018, the military will have a brand new retirement system. We call it the blended retirement. Basically, the defined benefit portion will have a lower percentage for retirement. And then the DOD is expecting uniform service member to put investment in their own hands, just like all of us, to manage their TSP, and they will get matching. All right? Okay. Now, if for people who serve before December 17th, so people sitting in this room, you will stay in the legacy system if you want to. But some people will have the option to opt in if you are under 4,320 points, or if you're active duty less than 12 years, right? So, but all the newbies coming in 2018, then they will be in a new system. They have no choice, all right? So already talked about that. Fee under retirement. If you're thinking about opt-in, make sure that you go to the website, military benefit website, take all the classes, put in your own scenario and the financial calculator to see would that be beneficial, right? Not everyone is beneficial. And if you want to opt in, you have to do it next year, from January to December. But if you're really thinking about opting, it's a good idea after doing all the calculations, you better start as soon as possible. Don't wait. Why? Because the matching will come in immediately. If you wait until December, you lost 1 year of matching. All right. But make sure that before you make your decision whether you want to opt in. I cannot tell you whether it's good for you or not. You have to look at the number, do the calculation to see if it is worthwhile for you to give up the 0.5% of your retired pay, right? Now, during the break, for those who want to find out more information about opt-in, we can talk on the side, all right? Okay, now TSP Account Pro. How many of you have not done this, have not gone into the TSP website and put in your numbers to see how your money will grow in 20 years, 30 years? Okay, if you have not, then I think this would be good practice for you to look at it. I do this every week because this is my motivation. I love to see how my money will grow. When I maxed out my TSP, I want to see when will I reach that millionaire status, right? And I'm quite happy every time when I look at this one. So go to tsp.gov. Now, if you just Google TSP, there will be a lot of different kind of platforms. They may not be our official website. tsp.gov, that is our official website. Then when you go to the tab Planning and Tools, you will see Calculators. Click that. Then you will see a bunch of financial calculators. The first one, the one that is about that circle, that is called the how much should, I think, it's a ballpark estimate. So, how many of you already know how much money you need for your retirement? Then you already know how much, yeah? So, how many do know? If you don't know, that's normal, pretty normal, right? So, if you want to know, okay, when I retire, I am not going to earn the same level of pay. Like maybe, I just throw out a number. Maybe your pre-retirement pay is, say, 100,000, all right? It may not be you, but I'll just throw a number, easy to remember, 100,000. And then you think about, well, after my retirement, how much am I going to get from my first pension or CSR pension? Maybe 30,000, 40,000, right? And then how much am I going to get from my Social Security? Maybe $1,000 per month, let's say. And then I have another 12,000. So you add the two together, 50 something. Then look at the lifestyle that you expect after your retirement, right? How much money do you need? So a lot of people usually will work on what is my replacement ratio. Replacement ratio means the percentage of replacement income that you need during your retirement. Let's say if your pre-retirement income is 100,000 and you're thinking that 70,000 would work for me to maintain my lifestyle, then that is 70%. The 70% is your replacement ratio. But how to work out that 70%? That everybody's situation is different. Then again, I love to use a napkin calculation. Right? Think about what's going to happen when you retire. Are you going to pay off your house? If you do, then mortgage, zero, right? You only have HOA fee or some repair, something like that. But if you're thinking that, yeah, I still have a little bit, I still have to have like maybe $500 per month for my mortgage, then you put down 6,000. That is my mortgage, all right? Then the second thing, do you still have car payment? If you do, put it down. If not, you just put in oil change, maybe registration or speed ticket. Wow, it's easy to get a ticket. Yesterday I was driving, right? I'm from BC, BC people drive. And then I look at my GPS. Oh, I'm driving 71. The limit is 45. So, I'm careful this morning. So, then, your car, what expenses you need. Now, if you're thinking about when you retire, you want to change your car to, what is it? Corvette. Convertible, bread, it's a guy thing, I know. I worked in Germany for 4.5 years. I did financial counseling in Germany for the army. And then one of my clients said, yeah, Ms. Hammer, when I retire, I'm going to take advantage of my TSP money out, I have a plan. I said, okay. So, 2 weeks later, he came to my office and said, hey, would you mind to walk out with me? I want to show you my plan. There you go. Red, convertible, Corvette, and then his German wife with long blonde hair, absolutely beautiful, waving hair in between. And that's why I know, okay, why do you want to take the money out? So anyway, your vehicle, right? So the next thing you want to think about is dependent. Now, for example, if you have 4 kids, right? Are you able to pick them out already when you retire, of course, right? Then the dependent money will be very little. You only need to put in some birthday gifts or whatever. Yeah, I don't even do birthday gifts myself anymore. Yeah, it's always nothing for themselves. So, but if you still have a 40 years old living in your basement after you're retired, and that would be a totally different story, right? So think about what you need. So another item, travel, right? Right now you only have 2 weeks, 3 weeks with all the awards and stuff like that. You get 6 weeks holiday. Some people do, right? But right now, you want to save up for your retirement, so you may not want to travel. But after retirement, you want to travel, right? So put in how much you want to spend on travel. Travel has to do with money. If you have money saved up, you can travel. You can take a cruise or island hopping in Hawaii, stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Or Hong Kong, to see my friends in Hong Kong. But if you don't have money, you can still travel, but you can travel to the park. Beautiful, the outskirt area. So that is something that you need to budget, right? And then go down the road, when you retire 55, 60, you want to travel. But maybe further down the road, 80 something, then you'll be talking about extra therapy, especially women, like we all know, massage, facial, or something, right? So we need to budget for that. Now, clothing. Right now, you budget for your professional attire, smart casual, stuff like that. When I retire, I can wear pajama every day. I don't care. I don't need to teach TSP anymore. However, I do love shoes. I still have my shoe budget, right, girls? Right? Okay, it's a girl thing. So, if you still want to buy shoes every day at the Knoxville rack, then you better put in the budget, right? So, the bottom line, put in everything that you save. You need to spend, and then work out your replacement income. Then you have your percentage. So when you go to that link, it will take you to the OPM website. You will see the financial calculator, ballpark estimate. Then you put in all your numbers, follow the instructions. Then you will see that, okay, if I want to maintain my 70% or 80% replacement income, I have to put in $8,000 now, based on all the information that you put, $8,000 per year. Then you know that, okay, this is still manageable, right? But this may be some scenario that you're looking at. Based on the information that you put in, you will have to put in $40,000 per year in order to achieve your replacement ratio of 70%. Are you going to have a heart attack? Yes. I would. Yeah. Then if you see something like that, don't freak out. This is telling you something. Number one, maybe you are now 50 years old, and you already plan to retire in 5 years. And you only have $50,000 saved up in all your retirement, and you have not been saving enough money because the system will ask you how much do you plan to put in every month in order to accumulate your money, right? So when you look at that, then you know that if you expect to maintain 70% replacement income, you have a couple of choices. Number one, what is the number one choice that you can make right now? Tear up your retirement package. Work for more years. Then if you work for more years, then you will have 5 more years to put your money in, or 4 more, whatever, right? To put in more money. Another, maybe look into your investment portfolio. What are you investing in the TSP? What happened for the last 30 years? Maybe you have put in fees for a long, long time. And since you're planning to work, for a few more years, look at that to see, should I readjust my portfolio so that I can grab some opportunities to build up my funds, right? If you have not saved enough, then you can't change the clock back. What you can do is move forward and do better in the future, work longer. You know, that is one of the things. Yeah, so I want to work until 95 years old. Okay? So if that's your plan, good. We can go, you know, have some afternoon tea together. We can try to teach in my home. Maybe I will not have any more teeth, but I will still try to grab the teach TSP. Yes, sir.
If you do all this planning, you're going to live to 95 and you die at 65, where's all that money go?
You want to give me the money? When we go to part 4, we have 4 parts, right? We're talking about death benefit. Where the money will go, right? Beneficiary. Beneficiary gets me 3. Beneficiary get the money. Yeah, it's okay. Totally okay. Because everybody can be your beneficiary. I can be your beneficiary as well. Yes.
I have a question of how do you calculate the cost of living changes in the future? I mean, you can retire and every year expenses go up and up and up. Is there some type of formula that you can use?
When you go to that financial calculator for estimate, it will ask you to put in expected inflation. Then they put in 3% because the national average is 2.75. So put in 3% would be a pretty realistic estimation, right? But this is a practice that you want to do every year because if the economy changes, inflation is higher, then you will have to change your number to reflect the picture. All right, so now go back to how much will my savings grow. Now the first one is to give you estimate, you know, to tell you how much you need to invest. The second one is if I am going to invest certain amount of money every month for the next 20 years or 10 years, whatever, how much will I see when I retire? All right, this is an example for a young federal employee. It may not reflect your number, but when you go home and do your own calculation, put in your number, or you're already doing it, that's good. You have a phone, right? You can start putting in your number. All right, so this is just an example. Assuming that I'm a new federal employee, I have only $10,000 in my TSP account, so I put $10,000 as my beginning balance. And then I plan to work for another 25 years. My annual pay is only 45 now, but I am going to have promotions that increase in the future, right? So put in what you earn right now, and then how much do you want to put in? So in this example, I'm a new federal employee. I have not attended any TSP class, so it told me 3%. Okay, I'll just stick to 3%. So this is the first, only 3%. So pay increase, I expect that I will have some increase, you know, every now and then a couple of years I may get a big jump in my promotion. I get 15%, but some increase 3.3. But I'm not getting some increase every year, so I will just use an average. Say, for example, 3%. Now, what happens for those who already maxed out your career? You're at the highest point of your career. You maxed out all the steps, your step 10 of whatever rank that you have. I think for pay increase, you can still put in COLA, right? Because every year we get 1% or 1.75, but it only takes the whole number. So put in the COLA adjustment 2%. And then this scenario. I want to work for 25 years, I contribute for 25 years more, and I want to start taking money out from the TSP. So, begin withdrawal, I put 25. Contribute for another 25, start taking money out when the 25 year hits, when I retire. This is the first plan. I expect 6% average annual return. So, where do I get the 6%? Then I go to the TSP website. I want to see the summary of return. So what actually is happening to all the different funds? Then everybody is different in this room, right? So take a look at your portfolio or your future portfolio that you may be thinking about, and look at least 10-year return. Don't look at 1 year, 3 year, 5 years, because we're talking about a long-term investment. We're not talking about a short-term investment. So a long-term average would be a good reference, okay? So here, I look at it and say, if this person is doing a 20/40, then 10-year average, 6.19%. So I use that 6%. So for your case, how many of you have been earning more than 10% for the past 5 years? Yeah, so in that case, then maybe 6% is too low for you, right? Because you know what you're doing. So in your personal situation, put in that expectation, all right? So after putting in all the numbers, this is what I'm looking at. I have $10,000 in my TSP account, and then $10,000 based on 6% average annual return in 25 years, I will get earnings of $32,000. And then I am going to put in another $114,000 in the next 25 years, present. And that money will give me earning of $122,000. Then I will be looking at $280,000. Now we're all talking about present value. Do not make it too complicated, because if you want to, look at it from a financial advisor's perspective, that you have to pull up the financial calculator, you may not even know how to use it, right? So don't worry about that. Just look at present value and then have an idea, right? Have an idea. All right. So then this is the first scenario. Then after the class, I learned that wow, if I use 3%, I am missing free money on the table. So then the next scenario will be the same person, but instead of 3%, the contribution is 5%. Then you already see that there's a difference, right? Everything else remains the same. The balance will be 382 rather than 280. 382 rather than 280. Now, take it a step further. How about if I want to put in more, because I have annual limit of 18,000, right? So I want to do 10% because I want to, max out what I can do. So 10% of my annual pay of 45,000 is still not maxing out, the TSP max annual limit, but I want to do 10%. So then you can see that only 10%, same person, everything else remains the same. $500,000. It's already $500,000, right? Now, take a little step further. After my retirement, if I don't need the TSP money right now, right, I can let the money sit in my TSP and continue to grow, let it grow. So that at some point of time when I think that I need to start withdrawal, I have a bigger amount that I can utilize. After retirement, you cannot put money into the TSP from your paycheck, but you can let the money sit and continue to do a little bit of interbank transfer or just take the portfolio and let it run. Let it grow. So let's take a look at this. If the same person put in 10%, I work for another 25 years, but I will begin withdrawal in 35 years. So I let the money sit in there for 10 years. I'm close to a millionaire. Without putting in any more additional money, my money will grow double. So then it comes to one of the investment rules, right? How long does it take for me to double my money? Without putting in any additional dime, then it will be the rule of 72. A lot of you know that. So the rule of 72 is telling you how long does it take for me to double my money without putting in additional investment. Just the seed money continue to reinvest by itself. So the formula would be 72 divided by average annual growth rate. So in this example, it's a little bit difficult. I use 6%. So let's say if my average annual return is 7%, how long does it take for me to double my money? 10 years. 10 years, right? So if my return is 7%, 10 years. So if I know investment very well, on average, like that gentleman over there, around 10% would be something that I am able to make it happen because you know what to do, How long does it take for you to double your money after your retirement? 7 years, right? 72 divided by 10. Now, if you're more conservative, you think that, I'm closer, I already retired, I don't want to take too much risk, then I will maintain something that will give me around 5%. And I'm pretty happy. 5%, if the inflation national average is around 2.75 to 3%, if I can get 5% return, then I am still beating inflation, right? And some people will be quite happy with just that. Then, if your expected return is 5%, then how long does it take for you to double your money? 14, right? 72 divided by 5, 14 years and 2 months or something like that. All right? So this is a good exercise when you go home, highly encourage you to do a calculation, print it out, open the file, start opening the file, and then file it, and then you can actually track your performance. Instead of just looking at the monthly statement, you do this exercise so that when your monthly statement comes, then you will see your progress. Yeah, I like to plan and I like to do records. Yeah, I should be in the record keeping department rather than come to talk, but I love to talk. So. I usually open an Excel and I track all my numbers and see, the difference, how much I put in, what is the return. And actually, if you have time to do that, I think it's fun that you can actually see that, oh yeah, my money is continuing to grow, Yes, question. So you need a mic?
So you said that
Yeah, you need to use a mic.
you said you can't contribute to your TSP after you retire.
Can you speak louder, please?
You said you can't contribute to your TSP after you retire. Your paycheck. Can you contribute directly in any other way?
Directly in the other way, you mean write a check?
Or like, can you have it come out of your bank account going into your TSP?
No,
or
you cannot
from your,
write a check. No.
Can you have it come out of your retirement, your OPM check?
No. Your TSP contribution is from your actual paycheck.
Okay.
Right. Now, transferring money in is another story. We're not there yet. Okay, are we good with this? Now, let's talk about the tax treatment. The money that you put in, traditional TSP or Roth TSP, you have your choice. Now, how about the agency money? When the agency gives you free money, where will they go? Good, you're listening. Good. Traditional. Because agency cannot pay tax on your behalf. And also IRS want you to be responsible for that, right? Okay. Now, traditional Roth, it's up to you how you want to manage that. So, what are the benefits of traditional TSP? Now, it depends on your situation. How will traditional TSP help you? Tax deferred. That means you do not pay tax now, you pay tax in the future. How will that help you? How many of you do travel tax every year? You file your own tax. Good. So where will your eye be looking at when you do your travel tax? Left-hand side, upper corner, because you want to see the number go up and down, right? How much refund I'm getting, and then how much tax do I owe, you do that. So basically, if you do traditional TSP, that means the contribution that you make will be deducted from your pay. Say, for example, if your pay is $100,000, if you put in $10,000 in the TSP, what will be your taxable income? $90,000. So when your HR do the federal tax withholding, they will be based on that $90,000 to take their whatever based on your W4, how many W4, your numbers that you put in exception. So anyway, so you have more take-home money. So for people who want to have more take-home money, maybe you have more children, you need more money to feed the house, right? They eat a lot of. Yeah, I have 3 grandkids, so I know they eat a lot. Every minute they will come and ask me, "When am I going to have the strawberry?" And then, "Can I have marshmallow?" I said, "Wow, you guys eat like a cow." I'm glad I don't have to feed your grocery bill. So, if you need more take-home money, then traditional will work for you. Now, if you may not be in the lower or medium income bracket, but I'm sure you know of somebody who is in the middle or lower income range. And they can take advantage of traditional TSP to lower the income so that they can get additional tax credit. Tax credit is below the line, minus that from the tax liability, they pay less tax. Okay? The stimulus credit is one of them. Now, how about those are high income earner here? How will traditional TSP help you? High income earner, you earn a lot of pay in your monthly paycheck. You can afford to pay tax. But why it would be beneficial too? Exactly, you got it. Because, if you earn a lot of money, when you file itemized deduction, sometimes you may not be able to max out your itemized deduction, right? Because you earn too much money and you got kicked out. Another thing is, if you want to put money in Roth IRA, now not TSP, Roth IRA is something you open with a bank or credit union. It's a separate thing. But if you want to do the Roth IRA, if you earn too much money, you may be in the phase out zone. You cannot max out the amount, or you may not be able to put in anything because you earn too much money, right? So, high income people, sometimes they use traditional TSP to lower their taxable income so that they will be able to maybe get back some itemized deductions, put money in the Roth IRA and stuff like that, all right? So, the good thing is, some years, if you think that you need to do traditional, you can do traditional. And then for some years, if you want to do Roth, you can do Roth, right? Now, traditional, you don't pay tax now. Some high income earner, 13, 15, right? You pay more tax, right? Because this is your highest income year, right? So a lot of people are thinking that, yeah, maybe I'm retiring, at GS, whatever, 15. Then we will all come to the same situation after our retirement. We'll get demotion, will we? We'll be demoted to GS0, right? The day after we retire. So sometimes we may think that, well, right now I'm a GS 15, 14, whatever. I am paying maybe 40% effective rate, right? And then if I become a GS0, hey, I do not have a lot of income, then if I start taking money out, I may be paying lower tax. And that makes sense too, right? So that is traditional. So depending on your situation and that particular year, how would that work for you, right? Now, since you don't pay tax now, when you take the money out, the money that you put in and also the earnings from the money that you put in, contributions and earnings, you will pay tax based on your future income bracket tax rate, right? Now, the uncertainty is we do not know whether the taxation system will have a big change, how much tax you're going to pay. Nobody knows, right? So that this would be the risk that you will be taking, that in case you think that you may be entering a low income bracket, but probably it may not happen. So, for example, how many of you love a rental property? You like to buy another house and then you rent it out, right? Now, so you have to put back in your tax, when in your 1040, like when you file your tax. So that is not the capital gain. The capital gain is something else. It's all the depreciation of the rental property they took. So in some cases, maybe a GS0, right? You're earning a lower income, but if you have other investments that you're liquidating, and all those are counting in as your ordinary income, or all of a sudden you have, like an inheritance from your partner who has a TSP account, and you want to cash out, or maybe you're taking the partial payment. We're going to talk about that. So those you have to take into account also, right? All right. So, any question about traditional TSP before I move on to Roth TSP? Okay, let's talk about Roth. Oh, before that, savings credit. So for people, say I have an example. If I have somebody who is married filing joint, and the gross income is 41,000, put in 10%, 4,100. So the income will lower to 36,000. So before the TSP contributions, you can see that the person is in this tax bracket, right? So you can get 10% of the contribution as a credit, maximum $200. By doing that, Then, this is the new income bracket, $1,000 per person. So if both husband and wife contribute to eligible retirement plan, then it's double dip, 1,000 per person. But it's not a cash refundable item. This is just used for lowering your tax liability. Okay? So say, for example, if this couple needs to pay $2,000 tax, and they can get maximum 1,000 tax credit. So what is the tax that they have to pay? 1,000. All right, 2,000 minus 1,000 credit, so 1,000. So if, for example, their tax liability is only $800, but they are able to get 1,000 tax credit, will they get a refund? No, correct. They don't get a refund. This is just for lowering the tax, but it's not a refundable item. Now let's talk about Roth TSP. Roth TSP, basically you pay tax now, right? You, whatever income bracket you're in, you pay tax now. So, since you have to pay tax now, why do people want to do Roth? What happens when you take the money out in the future? Huh? No tax? Is it absolutely no tax? Who say absolutely no tax? Okay. Depending on when you take it out, okay, I'm collecting intel right now. Okay. So what else? Yeah? Alright, I would say maybe. Right? So let's break it up into two parts. The money that you put in, the contributions, you already pay tax. Now, when you put the money in, right? So when you take the money out, the money that you put in will never be taxed again because you already pay tax. So the second part would be the earnings from the money that you put in, right? If you want those money to be tax-free, you have two conditions that you have to fulfill. One, 5-year rule. The first Roth contribution has to be 5 years. Then you meet the first condition. So when will the 5-year-old clock stop? Now, say for example now we're June. If you start TSP contributions, the Roth contributions in December, when will you start the clock for the 5-year rule? December? Normally you would think that December, but you have a better deal. January. So it doesn't matter when you start your Roth in that calendar year, you get a full year credit. You get a full year credit. And then 5 years from that day, you meet the first condition. Second condition, when you take the money out, you have to be 59 and a half if you are alive. Okay? you can be totally disabled, then you don't have to be 59 and a half or you die. But we don't want that to happen. We want to enjoy our money, right? So, if you are thinking about doing Roth, then you have to look into the future. Even though you may be 55 years old when you retire, but if you start putting money out at that point, the earnings will still be non-qualified, and you will still have to pay tax on that point. So, if you want to do Roth, I will look at two angles. One, do I have time to let the money work for me? You know that if you have a longer time horizon for the money to grow, it gets better, right? So, say for example, if you are the 25 to like under 40 age group, and you still have another 25 years in the system, and possibly you don't need the money when you retire, you want to let it continue to grow, then that makes sense, right? That makes sense that you have 30 to 40 years for the money to grow tax-free. Well, that's pretty awesome, right? You just need to wait until 59 and a half, because the 5-year rule is easy. 5-year rule is very, very easy, all right? So, you gotta have time for the money to grow. So, if you only have like a few years, and you're thinking about TSP is your retirement money, and you will start taking money out from the TSP when you retire, maybe in a few years, then it may not make much sense, right? So then, does it mean that older people, like the older people, will not consider Roth at all? Can I make this assumption? No, I can't, because it all depends on your situation, right? You may be 50 years old, And you may be planning to retire at 55, right? However, maybe your TSP money is not your retirement money. You make a lot of planning and you know that, okay, TSP, I don't need the TSP money. I just accumulate those money, build up a legacy. I want my grandchildren to enjoy the money. So this is what you do, and then it doesn't matter. Even though you have 3 years before you retire, the 5-year rule will still count. It will not stop when you retire. You start your first contribution after 5 years, whether you retire or not. Then the money continues to grow, and then imagine if your plan is to build up a legacy. When you pass away in the future, and your grandkids, whatever, or your children, when they inherit the money, then of course they can cash out and burn it in 5 days, right? Red, Quebec, convertible, whatever. But a better plan would be they can go to their bank or credit union and open the inherited IRA and then ask TSP to transfer everything to that inherited IRA. Can you imagine if a 25 years old inherits some money from you, or maybe you lived until 95 and then you have a 25-year-old grandkid, right? That person inherit all your money, it goes to that inherited IRA, continue to grow tax-free for the rest of his or her life. How cool is that? Tax-free, right? So, what's wrong with you? So retired, required minimum distribution will apply, but we'll talk about that later, for the inherited IRA. So, are we good with that? All right, so, yes. Force that, what do you mean? Oh, can you force that money to go in a note? You cannot force anything because you'll be dead by then. You have to say, because you cannot open the inherited IRA. Because by that time when somebody inherits your money, you're dead already. You have to say. But we can do education, right? We can teach the person who is going to inherit the money and tell them that this is something that you want to do. But when we go to part 4, where you do the death benefit, we'll talk a little bit more about that also. All right? Okay, so, okay. Question. Oh, yes, that is a very good question. When I put money into traditional and Roth, will they grow differently? No, because choosing traditional or Roth, this is not an investment decision. This is a tax decision. Because traditional, you don't pay tax now, you pay tax in the future, right? Roth, you already pay tax. You don't pay tax in the future. But when you put money in your traditional and Roth in the 2 buckets, when they go out for investment, they will be investing the same way. For example, your contribution allocation is GS, CSI 20% each. They will be investing the same way. So choosing traditional TSP or Roth TSP, this is not an investment decision. This is a tax decision. When do you want to pay tax, right? So when you consider Roth, now remember, traditional is by default. When you sign up for TSP, that is traditional. If you want to do Roth, you have to elect Roth. You have to take action and tell the system that you want to put money in the Roth. And it is not just whether you can afford to pay tax or not. There are a couple of things that you have to consider. Number one, you need to think about how much time do you have for the money to grow, all right, before you start taking it out, number one. Number two, can you afford to pay tax? Even if you can afford to pay tax, is it wise to pay tax now? Or is it wise to pay tax in the future? Because everybody's situation is different. So you have to map out everything, all right? And then think about other investments that you have. When you take the money out, now, your first pension, do you pay tax, income tax? Yes, right? And then do you pay tax on Social Security? Yes. So, TSP money is your third part. Now, when you take TSP money out, it's pro rata. Right now, it's pro rata. That means you take both. If you have 50% of the money in traditional, 50% of the money in Roth, they will be coming out this way. So, if you have a large chunk in Roth, then that is helping you to lower your income tax bracket. Because Roth, no tax. I assume that you will fulfill, all the requirements before you take the money out. Right? Okay? Question, yes.
And again, on the Roth TSP, that can hold from your paycheck.
Everything is coming out from your paycheck. Remember, you have one TSP account. Roth TSP is one bucket. Traditional TSP is another bucket. Roth TSP is not a fund. It is just a tax character of your contribution.
The question being then is, so, I mean, you have to look at it, plan if you're doing it. So basically, if I wanted to say, hey, maybe I get an award in an emergency or something like that, I can't just go in at that point in time and say, hey, whatever my award amount was, I want to put it into a box.
No.
Plan.
Yeah. The only group that they can do it is military. Because military, they only have to do 1% of their basic pay. Then they can have all the bonus, special pay, incentive pay, 100%. They can do that, but not civilian. It has to be from your basic pay. Okay? Now, what happens if right now you have your traditional bucket, right, and you want to start doing your Roth? Can you convert the traditional money to your Roth? No, you can't. Everything has to stay there. You can plan for the future. All right? Okay. So, non-qualified earnings, don't forget it's taxable, and also potentially they have 10% earning withdrawal penalty. All right, now, Roth TSP and Roth IRA, two different things. Roth TSP is one bucket inside your TSP plan. We already talked about it, all the limit and everything. It's not subject to income limit. It doesn't matter whether you're GS1 or GS15 or executive. That 18,000 applies to everyone. All right. In Roth IRA, there is income limit. If you earn too much money, you may not be able to max out that 5,005 in your Roth IRA. If you're over 50, then you have another 1,000. So that's the reason why a lot of high income earners, they want to use the traditional to lower their income bracket so that they can put money into the Roth IRA if they want to. Okay? Income limit applies to Roth IRA, but they are two different things. So, next question. If I maxed out my TSP, can I still do Roth IRA? And the answer is yes. You can do both. The only thing you need to watch is, are you earning too much money? Right? Roth IRA has income limit. Right? If you don't have that concern, then you can put money in both, and you can max both. All right? Now, another way that you can build up your TSP account is on top of your monthly paycheck, right? You can move eligible money into the TSP, transfer it, or roll them in, right? So, but it has to be eligible plans. So what are those eligible plans? Basically, if you have, how many of you have a previous job that you have a 401k, previous employer? And if you still have money in that plan, if you're happy with how much they charge you or the performance, then don't touch it. But if you're thinking that, yeah, they're not doing much for me right now and they're charging a whole lot more, then you may consider moving that into the TSP. So if you have a 401k, which is traditional or Roth, doesn't matter. And if you have a traditional IRA, now, you can do that. But it's not Roth IRA. If you have Roth IRA, education IRA, or inheritance IRA, this type of plan, you cannot move that into the TSP. It got to be 401k, 403b, 457b, and then like FEB, IRA, or simple. When you go to irs.gov, you can pull up the whole list, okay? So, if you want to direct transfer, that means the two custodians talk to each other. Custodian is the party that handles your money. So it's very easy. You fill out the form, send it to your custodian, let them certify that the money is transferable. As long as they certify, then they will send the money and the form back to the TSP. You do not have use of the money because you will not receive the money. Sometimes your custodian may say that, yeah, we don't want to do the job. You do the job. I will give you the check. You send it to TSP. Yes, they can do it, but you cannot be the person who is payable to, right? The money has to go to TSP so that you just put the stamp on the envelope and mail. You're just a postman. You're not actually spending the money or the ability to spend the money. All right, so that is direct transfer. All right, so that's easy. Direct transfer is not a taxable. I send you a question later. Direct transfer is not a taxable event. So there will not be any tax withholding because the money will go from A to B directly. You are not in between. You are not receiving the money. That is direct transfer. Simple, easy, no mistake, right? Now, you can also do it indirectly. What it means is that you will receive the check first, and then you have 60 days to indirectly roll over the money to the TSP. Now, if you do this, this is different. If you do this, there will be two steps. The first step, it will be a taxable event because basically you are making a withdrawal. IRS will consider you making a withdrawal in that step. So say, for example, if you have 100,000 in your traditional IRA or your 401k, whatever, you want to do it indirectly, then your custodian will send you the check, send you the money. In that case, you have the use of the money. It doesn't matter whether you use it or not. You have the use of the money. So this is a taxable distribution at that point. So your custodian will have to take out 20% from your amount. Say if you have 100,000 that you want to make a direct transfer, so 20,000 will be gone. Where will they go? IRS. The custodian cannot keep the money and earn interest. They have to send the money to IRS as a tax deposit. When you receive the check, in this scenario, how much do you have? 80,000. All right, now you have this 80,000. So your intention is to transfer it to the TSP, right? So you have 60 days to do this. Now, in order that you want to avoid the taxable event, how much do you need to send to the TSP to complete the process? 100,000. You have to make whole of the whole amount. Then you will file for refund when you do your tax at the end of the year. Now, what happens if you do not have that 20,000 to fill up the gap? You can still, transfer the 80,000 that you received, but at that point, the non-transfer amount, it is a withdrawal. Then it is taxable. So even though you never see the money, right, but that amount is taxable. So if you do this, then when you file tax, you'll get a partial refund. Okay? So if your intention is to just make the transfer simple, easy, what would be a better way? Direct transfer. Unless you have a very good reason that you want to do indirect. Otherwise, a lot of people mess up because they just do it and then say, oh, why am I having a smaller check? I do not have the extra funding to fill up the gap, and then, not good. So when the money moves into the TSP, how will they be invested? It will be invested the same way. What you have on file, your contribution allocation, it will be based on your instruction. Then after the money moves in, then you can actually do your minimum transfer and whatever, right? Okay? You have a question there, yeah? Okay.
Okay, I have a question about transferring money in to your TSP. Okay. If your spouse has a 401k, can they choose to transfer that into yours? TSP?
I'm trying for many, many years, but no. My husband's money is his, my money is mine. We cannot transfer our spouse money into our TSP account. Yeah, no.
Hi, okay. So what do you do when you're trying to do a direct transfer? And I believe there's forms that they have to submit with the money directly to the TSP in order for them to accept it.
The phone number, you have phone number 60, TSP 60.
So my question is, what do you do if the custodian refuses to fill out the forms?
They cannot refuse.
Oh, okay, well, they do it. So.
Well, if the money is eligible for transfer, number one, it has to be eligible plan. So what kind of plan is that?
It's just a 401k.
They cannot say no.
Okay, I've been trying for a year and a half. So.
Well, they will try, yeah, but they can't. The law, you can transfer the money.
Okay, I'm just wondering, if that was what was going on with that.
So basically, when you do this, right? Basically, you will have to fill out a withdrawal form from that custodian, plus the TSP 60. 2 forms. And then you give them both forms. And then they will have to, I have to ask SEC, SEC.
Turn it on.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
is this on?
No.
Yeah, maybe you will give better advice on that. Can they not do it?
No, they can't do that.
Yeah, they can't do
Who is the custodian? Can you tell me? Or just you can tell me later, because they cannot refuse to do that. Maybe they're using an excuse, you're using the wrong form or something, but they can't refuse. You can do with what you will with your own money. Okay? Now, there are certain restrictions, there's investments. When you transfer, and Joe will be able to clarify this for us, but when you transfer into the TSP from the 401k, you have to liquidate everything first. You can't transfer stock into the TSP. It has to be cash.
Yeah, because TSP does not
See me
have
later.
funds. Yeah, that would be helpful. Thank you. Yeah, TSP does not have the same funds that they have, so the money has to be liquidated first. Yeah, a lot of those custodians, they try, but they can't. Technically, they cannot do it, All right, so, okay. Now, TSP will not charge anything if you do transfer, whether they're right, we will not charge anything, okay? But if your custodian will have no control over it, there may be another SEC question that will they charge? Maybe sometimes they charge, right? And so the TSP won't charge. All right, so uniform service member. Now, if you have 2 TSP accounts, you may, in the future, when you are separated from the uniform service account, you may combine 2 accounts together. But you can only combine money from a separated account into an active account. All right, so, okay, so would you like me to go through the investment portion before you take a break, or you want to break down? Right now, okay. Shall we have only 10 minutes? Yeah, so that we may take another break later if we have the opportunity. I know 4 hours is long. Okay, 10 minutes.